Forever United TV live. This is match day afternoon. Tonight's game against Ipswich, 7:30 kickoff at Old Trafford. A must-win for RUBEN AMORIM, for the players, for the fans, for the club, for Sir Jim Radcliffe, Ineos, Glazers, everyone involved right now, because all this club is craving is a tiny little bit of positivity. And it's coming in no form anywhere else around this football club at the moment. This is your look ahead to the actual game. This is your road trip / preview. I've started to actually do these shows live now rather than doing the road trip type of video, because I'd like to gauge where everybody's at. I like to make it interactive as well and be able to actually look at your comments. So here we are looking ahead. This is your, well, let's just say hope magnet type of video where we're trying to find every little bit of juju that we can possibly muster and put it into a Manchester United performance tonight. Talk to me how Manchester United make this game happen. Talk to me about how Manchester United can get a victory here against Ipswich tonight, because as easy as it seems, like Tottenham smashing Ipswich for 4, no problem at all. Everybody seems to be beating Ipswich. They seem to have just fallen off completely from their, well, let's just say competitive but poorish start to their first Premier League season under Kieran McKenna. But you have to be real and say that last time we played them and we don't score goals, we had other players available to us in that game as well. More of a squad to pick from. Right now, this is an incredibly tough game for Manchester United. It pains me to say it. It really does hurt me to say that this is a tough game. You're at home to Ipswich, for God's sake. But it really is. It is that important to RUBEN AMORIM and Manchester United right now. Another full week of training, like RUBEN has said, leading up to this game in preparation. And United really, right now, have got no excuse. The players have got no excuse. Everybody is fit that is available, obviously. There's only Collier who's still out at the moment. We're not even classing the likes of Luke Shaw and Mason Mount anymore. We talked about that earlier on today. I don't see how them two are going to feature in Manchester United's team going now forward into the rest of the season. I really don't. We've just got to get used to not having them. So what have we got? Are we going to risk putting Chidowabi up front again in this game? Is he going to come off the bench? Is he going to start? I think he has been training. He was one of the only under-21 players that have been featuring recently in Manchester United's first team squads that was not involved in the under-21s game last night. Kone himself, Sekou Kone that is, who's been on the bench the last 2 games, wasn't there. Isn't there for United tonight because he featured again for the 21s last night. So Manchester United are going into this game fully prepared with what first team players we've got. The only difference is this time, again, have they learned anything from that game against, I just said something wrong there at the start. There isn't a full week's pro sort of preparation. It was before the Everton game. Now we've had another 4 days in preparation for this one. It should be more than enough. It should be where United are playing Saturday and Wednesday. That's usually the Champions League protocol games. But no, Thursday, Sunday football is back. And that is back with a bang going into next month, obviously, with the Real Sociedad games coming up. But right now, Manchester United, looking at the situation we're in squad-wise, I think they should still be confident going into this game. We need the win. We drastically need the win this evening at Old Trafford. There's some big games going around, and you only have to look at the table right now. You look at the form of Crystal Palace. You look at the form of Spurs picking up a couple of wins. Everton and what they're doing. We're falling further and further behind right now. Whereas before, a win for Manchester United would actually move us up the table. It would get us a couple of places. We can't get any higher with a win tonight unless Everton drop points. And that's it. We can move up as far as 14th in the league. That shows you how poor we've been. To be that cut adrift of the likes of Crystal Palace. Even if we win tonight and draw level on points with Spurs, we're a mile off them in goal difference. So we can move up a maximum 1 place in the league tonight, which is desperately disappointing. It really is. But look, that's what you get, and that's your punishment for not playing well. That's your punishment for not actually performing to the level that you should be performing to. And I don't think we're expecting much tonight. I don't think we're expecting much of a turnaround in form. In terms of the players that are going to be playing tonight, I think it's going to be the same old. I think it'll be a very similar team to what lined up against Everton at weekend. I don't think Ruben Amorim, I said earlier on this morning, I don't think he's in this to start bringing academy players through willy-nilly. I do think he is seriously looking at Obi Martin right now. But in his press conference comments about Rasmus Højlund and backing him in making this better and developing him as a player, making his team better for him, making him understand what the system is more and where he needs to be and how strict he needs to be in his position, I think that's a sign that we're going to expect to see Rasmus Højlund in the starting lineup again tonight, because he is the only other option for number 9. We've got him and we've got Chido, because Ruben's already come out and said that Joshua Zirkzee is not a 9, so he has to play in the 10 role. Will it be Bruno? Will it be Garner and Zirkzee? Obviously, Garner made an appearance off the bench against Everton and impacted the game big time. Is it going to be the same again, though? That's what we're looking at right now, and I don't know. I don't know if he's got it in him. I don't know if he has actually got a start in him, Garnacho, because his best performances over the last 3 months have all come off the bench. And that's where he does have an impact on games. Sadly, United and the fans and Ruben are clinging on to anyone to just jump up to another level right now and actually start performing from the start of games to give us a better chance. And we shouldn't be scrambling around trying to play catch-up in all of these games. It's not right, but that's the situation we're in. Gifted membership from Tom Potter. Thank you very much, mates. That's gone to Somerton64. Right, let's get into the lineups and what we're expecting then tonight. What can we realistically expect to get in terms of how he sets the team up tonight, Ruben Amorim? I don't think it's going to be anything drastic change-wise from the game against Everton, like I said. I think Onana will be in goal. I think you're back three tonight. I think we'll have Lenny Yoro in place. I think De Ligt will play. And I think we will see... I think he's going to rest Mazraoui because of that injury. Now, he's come out in the press conference and said that there's no difference in terms of squad. No one's returning. Nobody's out. But I think he'll put Mazraoui on the bench tonight. I think he'll go De Ligt, Maguire and Yoro. I think the wing-backs will be the same, Ndalo and Indogu. Midfield, again, Manuel Ugarte will hold that position. I think that's a guarantee with him right now. He's the only player that pretty much picks himself on that starting lineup right now. And then you're looking at either Bruno, Casemiro or Eriksen next to him. He's tried Casemiro. It failed miserably against Everton. I don't see Ruben Amorim making the same mistake twice. I think Bruno Fernandes will be back in at number 8. And up in the front line will be Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee and Alejandro Garnacho because of the impact he did have in that Everton game. That's how I see him going. I don't think he's going to change it up. I don't think he's going to try and mix anything up in terms of bringing someone different in like Chido Obe or Christian Eriksen into the midfield fold. He may surprise us and bring Eriksen in at some point, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. It's like Boxing Straight Talk says in the comments there, Collier is a big miss, I think. He is. His energy and his simple way of playing football is definitely something that United are missing right now. And I feel like that is simply down to the fact that we've got Bruno there as the only other option. Casemiro is another option, hasn't got the energy. Bruno is all over the place trying to do too many things. Eriksen can't get up and down the pitch and link things up well. They need to be playing in certain specific positions, them players. Whereas Collier, I think, just knits things together. I think it is a good point to make that Collier is a big miss for this game tonight. And I think Manchester United will, in the end, bring Collier back in to Manchester. As soon as he's fit, I think he comes back in. I think he has been a massive miss, and it's a good point from Boxing in the chat there to say that I think Ruben Amorim would have utilised Toby Collier a lot more if he was fit and available, especially in these last few games, because we do lack that energy in midfield. We do lack that athleticism in midfield. It's a difficult job. And it's hard linking things up, whereas people feel like that job in the middle there and just passing it off simple and linking up play. It's not about that. It's about putting the energy levels in and being in the right positions to support all of the other players around the pitch. That's a key role. It's a massive role, and he does link play very well. And I think he will be an important piece of Ruben Amorim from now until the end of the season. I'll do my best to support the lads tonight at the game, but don't hold up much enthusiasm as they will all be in their selfish bubble. Babs, who's at the game tonight, go for it, Babs. No change in performance expected for me. We'll do the 1-0 down in the first half, then scumbag a draw or win in the second half, says Skiliano. That has been the common trend with Ruben Amorim games at the moment, hasn't it? It's been solid enough. Maybe we can see the goal in the first half and then come on strong in the second. I mean, the last time that United actually scored a goal in the first half of a Premier League game, I think it was right in checking it, was that Brighton debacle. That was the last time United scored a goal in the first half in the Premier League. When you think back to all of the other games, it's true. Even the games that we won, like against City, didn't score the first half. In fact, one of the few games under Ruben Amorim where Manchester United have scored in the first half was against, funnily enough, Ipswich Town when we scored in the first minute with Marcus Rashford seemingly turning a corner. We know how that ended up. But, yeah, I mean, good omens there. Maybe we can get a goal in the first half. I mean, honestly, the United crowd, because United usually win the toss at Old Trafford and shoot to the Stretford end in the second half, the East Standers had absolutely nothing to celebrate for a long time at Old Trafford. My God, that one penalty against Brighton, I think it's the last time I can remember scoring a goal at that end that I can think of. Going back to Brentford. Fair enough. Or Everton. No, Everton. Everton was the last time we got a couple of goals in that end. And funnily enough, we attacked the Stretford end the first half in that game. But yeah, that's what it's been like under Ruben Amorim. Slim pickings for everybody at Manchester United, it would seem. Let's get some more comments in here. Barbara, I'm afraid you're right, says Andrew. Won't be there tonight. Rehearsals. Watch it as soon as I get back. Be there Sunday, though. Hope it's a good game, though. I really do hope we get a little bit of entertainment tonight. That's all we're asking for, really, right now. I think we will win tonight and the fan base will go back to look how amazing Garner and Bruno was, etc. We're playing Ipswich. Beating Ipswich doesn't mean anything to the team. We just lose the next game. Well, it's up to them to try and prove you wrong, United Spotlight. Isn't it, Cal? That is it. Can United actually prove this fan base wrong? Because that's what a lot of fans are thinking. It's not just Cal's comment in the comment section there. It's like, yeah, we're expected to win Ipswich, but then we want you to go and beat Fulham, beat Sociedad, beat Arsenal. We want a few games in a row. And honestly, hand on heart, there is no chance whatsoever that is actually happening. There is no chance at all. Quickly as well, a quick word and a quick little spot for our sponsors as well of the game tonight and this show, indeed, Match Bingo. Download the app using the QR code at the bottom right corner of your screen or the link in the chat. Pick the game that you want, go onto the cards, you get the card drawn out for you, throw-ins, goals, left-footed goals, miss, offsides, all events that can happen in a game. You get a line, you win money. If you get a full house, you win the jackpot. That is Match Bingo, our sponsors. It is as simple as just logging in, create your account for free, get your game card, and get playing. It's as simple as that. Let the game do the rest for you, and hopefully Manchester United can help along the way in earning you a little bit of money there as well to soften the blow if the performance isn't that good. But yeah, in the description below is the link to it. If you use that one or the QR code bottom right hand corner, everybody, that is how you download the app and help the channel out at the same time. So thank you everybody if you already have done. Do get involved in the game as well. I'll be keeping an eye on my card tonight while I'm sat there in Old Trafford watching the game. I said before, we're not expecting much. We're really not expecting much. And to be blunt, I'm just going to take a win tonight. I'm not thinking that we're going to get any performance-related positives at all. I just don't see this team being able to handle what Ruben wants. And I've given up on expecting this team to actually start playing or seeing a playing style now. I think that we're only going to see that going into next season. And it's a shame to say it because I did have high hopes, as you all know, for this Manchester United side, but they completely, absolutely shut me down. Big time and some. I never expected to be in this position in the league with United at this stage of the season. It is embarrassing. And hopefully tonight they don't add to it. They really don't. Flash Talks with a super chat. Thank you, my man. I love that. Win, lose or draw, always United. I am at peace with us being shite nowadays. We had 20 years of amazing times. They will return one day. Hopefully we're still alive, Flash Talks, when them amazing days actually do come back. Same here, Adam. Makes life easier in terms of not expecting much. And like Flash Talk says there in the super chat, he really doesn't expect much from Manchester United. He's accepted that we are a crap football team now. And that really is, I think, the mindset of most Manchester United fans going into tonight. We know what team it's going to be. We know the flaws. We know the frailties of every single player in our team right now. We're hoping they can play better and then we can be more competitive. But we know that Ipswich are going to come into this game and they're going to get opportunities. And they may be able to take them opportunities. And then we will see again how the crowd turns, how the players deal with the negativity from the crowd. Because, let's be honest, like RUBEN AMORIM said in his press conference, he was talking it up as if Manchester United fans are owed nothing. And he's dead right. These players have had more than enough support from this fan base. And tonight, it's time that these fans got what they deserved. And that's a performance from this first team. They need to start turning out. And it's only Ipswich. And I say that because they are in the relegation zone. They are shocking this season. If United don't manage to beat Ipswich tonight, that will be a season where a team that's come back up and been relegated at the same time have taken points off Manchester United in both fixtures in the Premier League. When has that ever happened? It is totally unacceptable for Manchester United as a club. But like we've just said there, with the fan base right now, we're expecting it. We are actually expecting this poor performance tonight. And that's the horrible thing to say. That's the really horrible thing to say about it. We do have a poll running right now. Will United win tonight? It's a simple one, but it's effective and it packs a punch. Yes, no, or a draw. 67% of you, again, have got the matchday vibe and you're happy to say confidently. I don't know actually if it is confidently in the way that you said that, but 67% feel like Manchester United will get the win tonight. And United will go forward and get all 3 points, which is much needed. All this will do is extend the gap from us and the relegation zone, and it will move to 16 points. All that we can gain from tonight with a win, I feel, is a confidence boost and distance from going down and safety. Because that's all it is. United just need to try and get to that 40 points mark. Tonight makes it 33, and that pretty much puts Ipswich to bed. I think Southampton are going to break all bleeding Premier League records when it comes to actually points and total points in the Premier League season. So really, when you look at the situation we're in, for United to be relegated in a season like this, or if it was going to happen, then you would be in the depths of despair. It would be an all-time, well, being relegated at any time is an all-time low, but with the shit that we're up against in this division this season, like, can you imagine if we did? It would be scandalous, wouldn't it? We need all the buffer we can get just in case Ipswich go on a mad end-of-season run. Yeah, or Leicester. Or Leicester. I think Wolves are pulling away now as well. Flash Talks, another super chat, says, no wonder they binned off the season review DVDs. I remember them. I used to get them as a kid, mate, all the time. They were the good old days, I would say, when you used to know you were getting value for your money. Buying a review video, my God, yeah. God, bring back them days. 90s. And then they changed it to DVDs, didn't they? Oh, yes. I love it. We can't beat whipping boys Ipswich and Leicester in a couple of weeks. Then we might as well call it quits. Yeah, we will. I think we will. God, saying that like it should happen. Like, I should never say that because it is completely unrealistic. Oh, God. Who would have thought after that first game versus Ipswich we'd end up like this? Well, RUBEN AMORIM pretty much said it, didn't he, Jeffrey? He said, look, like this is just going to be the same. There were issues in that game against Ipswich. It wasn't that great. And he called them out afterwards and he said, look, we have to try and teach these players to play in this way. If we don't and we give up now, we're just going to be here in a year's time talking about exactly the same problems all over again. RUBEN AMORIM called it in his first bleeding game. That's what he did. He called it in his first one. Now, obviously, in other news as well, quickly, Manchester United have confirmed they will play 2 games in Malaysia and Hong Kong straight after the season finishes. And then they'll go into the Premier League Cup, which is playing a few other teams as well in the States. So it's going to be a busy summer for United, but they're expecting to generate quite a lot of money around the tour this summer as well, which you'd expect Ineos to be all over, wouldn't you? But yeah, realistically, where we spend that money is probably the biggest concern for all Man United fans, not how we make it. And unless it goes on the playing staff, no one's going to be convinced that Ineos are the right fit for Manchester United going into the summer, because another window down means more problems. And on that, Manchester United do seem to be making moves around the transfer window this summer. Manchester United are in for Osimhen, as we know. Yesterday we heard the news that Osimhen is open to a move to Manchester United, and now Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that he's interested in going to Manchester United. So I'll just read out the actual quote on what was actually said. Victor Osimhen would be open to hearing from Manchester United as long as they can agree a fee with Napoli for his services. He is keen on the move. So Fabrizio Romano has now come out and said that Victor Osimhen wants to move to Manchester United as long as a deal can be done between Napoli and Manchester United. Good news in that he wants to come to United. As you can see at the bottom of your screen there as well, going across the bar at the bottom is the news on Quenda as well. Giovani Quenda will say yes to reuniting with Amorim in Manchester if United don't qualify for any European football next season. He wants to join Ruben Amorim and he's already agreed verbally personal terms with Manchester United. Right now, United are doing transfer moves without the window even being open. You've got to ask the question then, though, haven't you? Like, is that it? Is that United's window done? Finished? Because Quenda's going to cost 30 to 40 million. We know that Osimhen is going to be 62 million when you add it all together. That's his release clause from Napoli with a year to go. And Napoli will sell Osimhen this summer, 100%. What I want you to do in the comment section is comment in on this as well and let me know. If we bought Osimhen and Quenda, would you see that as Manchester United moving forward? Is that a good move for Manchester United? Are we making the right transfers in bringing both of them players in to the club? I think they are very good signings and would go and fit in any other European club playing in any top division right now. I really do. I think Quenda's top notch and I think Osimhen's one of the elite strikers in the world right now. And if United manage to pull this off or have these deals in the making, in the offing and ready to go, let's not forget, the difference in this is, and I promise you I'm not trying to spin a positive on this here right now. You just had an announcement from Manchester United about Christopher Vivell taking the Manchester United full-time recruitment job on less wages than what he was on his initial part-time deal or his trial period or whatever you wanted to call it from the summer. But this is the first time that United have been in a season with the coach employed by Ineos, having a look at everything going on. And we don't know how the structure works in season to season yet, because we've only had one summer when they came in, and obviously it was a half decent one in terms of how we operated in it. But this is different this time because Ineos are watching the season as well as communicating with Ruben Amorim and seeing everything unfold in front of their eyes. And they are hands-on, let's be honest. As much as we're going to criticise them, they are an ownership model which are at Old Trafford that are watching, and structurally everybody of importance in how Manchester United perform and what players come in are watching week in, week out for Ineos and the new setup that we've got. So them now making moves in season, working like a normal football club would. See, everybody always complained about Liverpool going in for a player, bang, 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 all done. It's not just bang, 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 done, like City do, boom, boom, done. There would have been a plan 3 or 4 months in advance and negotiations would have gone down to a certain point, whereas the window just opens and then you can literally just go, tick that, cross that, dot that, deal done. That's what would normally happen in a properly run football club. Maybe we are seeing, and it's a big maybe and a big if, and there's going to be buts in there all the way along this, but Romano has said that Osimhen wants United. He is open to the move. So we know the player wants to go. We know United are looking at him. You know, United want him. Can we move other players around to make this happen? Can we facilitate this move? And United will be working on this now while the season's still going on. So I feel like we're about to get a big, big hit as soon as that window opens up and United go in and make things happen. Whether or not United can afford to bring in other players after this, we don't know. We know we need midfielders. We know we need 10s. I've said all along, you can get the likes of Jonathan David for free. I think that's a good signing. If we're going for the likes of Chris Rigg, let's say, for instance, in midfield, someone like that, or you've got other players all around the world like Larsen over in Germany as well that we're supposedly looking at, we are going to have to sell a lot of players to bring in these players and facilitate these moves. But I feel like Manchester United are in a position where we can actually make this happen as long as we get the right deals in selling the players. And I feel like Ineos will effectively be working on this now. And I feel if we get to the summer, and I actually feel like we will get to the summer and we would have known if Ineos would have pulled out of this deal before it. I think we're going to know. When the season's finished, we'll know if we're going for Osimhen, because I think this deal is going to get cut off before the season finishes, because I don't think Ineos are going to waste time. They'll be negotiating with Napoli now if they want him, this is. And I'm only saying this because Romano has come out and said it. And we know that everybody, like David Ornstein, has also said that Giovani Quenda wants to move to Manchester United as well. And United are already in negotiations. So we're talking about these two transfers just on top today, simply because we know that there is credible sources talking about these moves for United. It's going to cost the club, I reckon, about 100 million for both of these players, which we know is probably going to have stretched the budget to its max already. It all depends on what players are sold by Manchester United. If Anthony goes, which is looking good. By the way, Anthony's suspension for that red card has been rescinded. He is available to play for Real Madrid in that game. Hopefully he continues his good form, because he is adding value by the day at the moment in Betis. So if he is sold in the summer, if Rashford is sold in the summer, them two look pretty much set on and done. You've got the money coming from Jadon Sancho. There's more than 100 million there in them three players for United, easily with what we're looking at right now. If you think Rashford 40 million, Sancho 25, there's 65 million, there's Osimhen. Then you need another 35 million. Can you get that from the sale of, for instance, Antony? Can you get that in? I know we're having to balance the books still, but don't forget Manchester United's wage bill is drastically lower as well, and the instalment payments which we put in place to get these players are more affordable if the wage bill is down as well. It fits in with PSR, it fits in with the financial fair play side of things as well with UEFA. So United are in a position where we can buy these players. If they sold a Garnacho, if they sold a Dalot, then you're talking a different level again. United would have these players, and like I said before, I would still go and buy them free agent players as well, and then try and get that other player in, that midfielder, because I think that is key. Let's not forget, we have already invested in Aiden Heaven, Diego Leon, and Patrick Dorgu. We've got them all in January, and they will be in pre-season training, and they are ready to go. First team players, that's already there. If United go out and buy Quenda, that's the right side of the defence and wing-backs pretty much nailed down. That will be your go-to. Quenda, Dorgu. They're two Ruben Amorim players right there. You bring in the world-class striker, you get your 10 and your 8. That's where the money gets tight. That's where the money ultimately starts to sort of really pinch, and you start to think, right, how am I going to get this deal over the line? And that's where United will be negotiating now. They will actively be looking, and I'm telling you right now, they will actively be looking at the possibility of moving some of the bigger players on right now from that deal. And that's what will be happening. Get your comments in on that one as well. Let me know what you feel about the Osimhen and Quenda deals being done and negotiated in season. Get your comments in on that one. By the way, make sure you have liked the video as well, and you have hit that subscribe button up on your screen right now as well. All right, so let's get into the comments section. And I mean, when you're looking at them deals there, do they give you confidence that United are negotiating? Have you completely given up with United when it comes to getting any deal over the line with anything right now? Are you that low that you don't feel like Manchester United can get anything done right now? That's the question I'm asking. Are you feeling like there is no chance that United can get deals done with what's happening? Because I feel like if we do sell players, and from what I've seen in January with the loans, and I know it's only loans, I know Ineos have got good deals out of the likes of Rashford and Antony, and if they keep on playing well, then United are quids in. I'm really not bothered about these players actively struggling. I'm not bothered about these players actively doing well for other clubs than Manchester United. I want them to absolutely smash it out the park. I do, because all them players are doing, while they're playing well, is giving more money to Ruben Amorim in the summer. And we're backing this manager like we backed every other manager, because it's not fair that he doesn't get the same treatment by the club. He deserves his players. And I am more excited about what Ruben Amorim will do with that money than any other manager that was at United over the last 10 years, 11 years. I really am. Yes, I agree. A wing-back, a beast of a central midfielder and a beast up top would definitely help us massively. The spine. I don't think we're going to get a centre-back, though. I don't think we're going to get one this summer. United are looking at centre-back still. We've seen that news come out the other day about Gerard Branthwaite. No chance that United are paying that money for him. Not a chance in hell. He's not signed a new deal yet. I think he'll have 2 years left on his current one at Everton once that deal runs out. But I just don't see Gerard Branthwaite signing for Manchester United now. I know in that report, it's right in what it says that he did agree personal terms with Manchester United already. Maybe that's why people are thinking that this deal will move forward. I don't think so, though. I really don't. And I think United's money, as sparingly as we are going to have to spend it, it's definitely all going to be further up the pitch. I think Quenda is done. I really do believe that Giovani Quenda is in the bag, which is great news for United, because that's proactive movement, and that's really preparing to back your coach in the summer by getting these deals done as soon as the season finishes, to give this man as many players as he possibly can get and get a pre-season with him. That would make a world of difference for Ruben Amorim going into the start of next season. And maybe we can get a little bit excited about what is to come. That's all we're saying. And EL says, I think Kamasan is ready to step up. Understudy to Quenda. You know what, mate? I've watched him the last few times. He is absolutely lethal down that right-hand side. He really is. Kamasan is lightning quick and he's brilliant as well. He's got amazing skill set as well. So yeah, Kamasan on that side. You've obviously got Mantato as well, who can play on that side, who hasn't featured much recently, but obviously there are options there for United. And this is what I love. Like, when I'm saying, like, get rid of these first-team players and bring in certain players, not every first-team player is going to go. I like Mazraoui. I like De Ligt. I like Yoro. I like Manuel Ugarte. I don't think Bruno's going yet. I do like Amad Diallo. So really, then, when you think about it, you've got a 10. You've got a 6. You could see Kone coming through as well. You've got, obviously, Collier there as well. One midfielder covered by Collier, Kone, players like this. That's where I want it to be. I want the Ericssons, Casemiros. I want these players gone. I want the Harry Maguires gone. The Lindelofs, the Evans, all of the old guard players gone. We have got enough players there, and I think the academy can come in and fill in the other spaces for Manchester United. They're not first-team players, starting 11 players, but they can definitely give them other players the rest necessary in certain games. It's about time United started trusting in the system of Ruben Amorim, and if it means that you fleece your squad and you maybe don't have as much strength in depth for next season, so be it. Let some of the academy players come in and see if they make the mark. Let's not forget, you still got, and you should still have, the likes of Mainu there as well. So when I say bring in one midfielder, one beastie boy midfielder that really is a difference maker, you've then got Mainu, Collier, Kone, Ugarte, and that beast. You've got 5 midfielders there then. I feel that is more than enough. I do. And you're looking up front. You buy in the one monster striker. Then maybe if Rasmus is still there, he's an understudy. I think he will be moved on personally. But you've got Chido there coming through as well. And then you've got a little bit of depth. But while the team's doing well, you watch. If United start performing well, you watch how well the academy players start to play when they come through into a well-run Ruben Amorim side that's successful on the pitch. Look at the difference there. That's what you've got to look at. And for me personally, that's where this needs to be. This is where this summer needs to be targeting. It needs to be in that academy players and what they can fill in for the squad players. Now, of course, we can't sell all of them players because they've all got contracts. United cannot just sell players cheaply because they've still got so many years left on their deals. It's pretty impossible to do it, all of them. But if you just think, then we have got the depth where needed, I feel. And I just look at everything that's happened in previous windows and just go, you know what? Maybe this is one that could actually be the window that convinces fans that real change is happening. And I say that not just in players coming in, not just in making the right type of signings. It's all down to who leaves this football club. That's what it is. If it's loaning out Mason Mount, loan him out. Now, Romano has come out and also said that Mason Mount isn't of interest to Inter Milan, so the original story has been put to bed completely as well. But hey, look, that pretty much sums up where we're at right now. That is our show all wrapped up, everybody. What we are going to be doing, obviously, is we're going to be at the game later on. We're going to be talking. I'll be giving my match reaction outside. We have a separate match reaction tonight as well from Jay as well. So double content tonight after the game. And then we'll be back at 8 o'clock in the morning. I will do a separate video on the transfer situation right now with United as well later this afternoon as well. That won't be live. That'll just be another video. And yeah, that is us all done. Thank you, everybody, for being involved. Cheers for getting your comments in. I will see you all outside of Old Trafford later. If you are about and you're going tonight, let me know. Come and say hello. I'll probably be hovering around Old Trafford outside for a little bit. And yeah, that for me is that. And actually, should I give a score prediction? Let's go 2-0 Man United. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I'm just thinking tonight we might score in the first half and we'll scrape a goal in the second half and we'll climb that table. Well, we'll climb up one place maybe, but it all depends on the Everton result as well. So yeah, just give me a win. Any win will do. Thank you, everybody. That is us all wrapped up. I will see you all later. Make sure that you do download the Match Bingo app, please, everybody. It is important to the channel as well. We are lucky to have them on board as sponsors. Download the app using the QR code below or the link in the description. Go to the United game, buy your matchday card. It's set up for you like it is on the screen there. Get your lines, get your full house, win your jackpots. Cheap, easy, and I have already won off it myself, so I can definitely vouch for the app, saying that it is a Bobby Dazzler. As simple as it comes. Taking that match day gambling experience to the bingo card. That is Match Bingo. Thank you, everybody. If you have done already, then cheers. If not, get on it. It is a lot of fun. Please gamble responsibly, though. I do have to say that. And again, cheers for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you all.